All right, we are back with the Insight, trying to make it, well, not bigger, but we are trying to make it better than ever. Run smoother, last longer, etc. So what we're gonna do in this video is I am gonna jump right down here. These three beautiful little things are our little itty bitty injectors. You can actually see them down there a little bit. We need to get our injectors out, all three of them, because it's a 3-cylinder, and we're gonna send them off and get cleaned because finding these brand new is an absolute pain in the butt. So there's an awesome company I'm gonna be sending these to, and they're gonna get nice and clean. So I got to make sure that I take extra special care of them because I will be reusing them. So I'm gonna send those off, they're gonna get cleaned, and I'm gonna have a wonderful fuel spraying machine thing. All right, and the first thing we do in order to get started and getting these injectors out is we need to be able to access them. So we need to take this plastic piece off here by removing these 2 screws that look like they're 10mm. And once you get those out, we need to move a few more things out of the way. So we've got the hose here. We're gonna pop this out and this should just slide straight out. And then we also have this one on your PCV valve. We're gonna squeeze that together so we can move that out, and that should pop out, giving us enough room to get a little bit more of this out of the way. Once you get these hoses out of the way, this will be able to move around, and you can tell by looking down here that this is actually a wire harness. So inside here, you can open it up if you want to, but on the inside, all 3 of these are routed up in through here, come around, and then into the wire harness that goes down there, also up here on your EGR. So you're gonna have all this in the way. You're gonna basically come down here and unclip all of these to get this moved off to the side. I'm not exactly gonna remove it, that's just gonna be more hassle. I know I'm gonna break these clips because they're old, so I'm just gonna come down here, pop that tab in, and pull out, and try not to break anything because like I said, I am going to reuse these. So those were actually really easy to unplug because you have this big flat spot right here that you can grab onto and then pinch. It makes it slide out so much easier. But you can see here are your injectors, the 3 green ones. Now, the last thing we have to do to get these out, you can see the bolts that go through here and through here. This is the fuel rail that holds everything together. And of course, the top of the injectors are smashed into that to keep them in place. So we do need to take these 2 off, and hopefully we can get this out, no problem. All right, and once you take these 2 12mm nuts off of there, they're gonna look like this once you take them off. And this is your fuel rail, so it is gonna be under pressure. I've got my battery terminal turned off, so I don't have anything except for the residual pressure that's in there. So once you start lifting this up, you are gonna get some fuel dripping, spraying, so have some rags. All right, now that we have the fuel rail off, and I got it off to the side because that's a hard line, just off to the side, you can see the top of each one of these injectors. I have this one right here, and you can pop these off quite easily. And of course, make sure that everything is nice and clean around here so nothing gets on the inside. Now I'm gonna take these, clean them up, and send them off to get nice and clean. And probably get some more O-rings because these are terrible. So now that I have the injectors out, I gotta send them over to Cleveland Injector Hospital. But first I need to find a box to send them out so they can do their beautiful diligence. All right, it's really hot. I just came home from work and I got a package. And ho, 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 it's a package of injectors. And just take a look at this. This is insane. Of course, after fishing it out of the very well bubble wrapped area, I've got my old boots that they saved, cleaned, and sent with it, just in case I wanted to reuse those, which I don't because they're crap, but they saved it anyway. But look at this. Look at the injectors. These things look brand new from the factory. Like, just look. Anyway, just got these back. Got some extra O-rings and everything in there. Absolutely gorgeous packaging. They did a fantastic job. Let's get these installed so I can have my car working again, because that would be super cool. And now that I got these beautiful guys back, I can go ahead and put them back in. So I just had my rag in here for the few days that these things were gone, just to make sure nothing got in there, no dust or bugs or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. As you can see, I cleaned it up. It's good to go. So I'm gonna grab these new ones, drop them in, and basically do the reverse order. So these new ones are gonna come in, and these are a little bit different. I don't know if you'd be able to see, I just put that one in. But the ends here, they no longer have the little hats that used to go over them. These are the replacements, and they do the exact same thing. This creates a seal, as I just put into that one, creates a nice seal around there, and you don't need the old boots or any sort of replicas. These are the actual replacements for them. So if you get O-ring replacements and you do this yourself, it's okay to get these. So now we're gonna place the fuel rail back to where it was, and you basically have to line up 2 points. You have to line up where the studs go in the holes there. So you got those two, and then you also have to look up in here and make sure each one of these are going in straight. You can see this one, I can still see the O-ring on that one, so it's not down all the way. Make sure those are all in the correct place before you push down, and that's all you have to do is just push them down into place. They'll seat themselves. And then of course, put the nuts back on the top, and I mean, it's really just that simple. Then we get these, plug these back up to each one, button everything back up, that's it. And once everything is put back into place, go ahead and start your car up. Make sure there's no leaks or anything out there. Make sure nothing's squirting, make sure nothing's dripping. All the fuel needs to be, of course, on the inside, so I don't see any drips, leaks, or anything. It takes a little while to get things started up because the fuel lines and the injectors don't have any fuel in them, so it's gonna crank for a little while. That's totally fine. But it doesn't look like I have any sort of leaks, so I'm good to go. Oh God, it's so hot outside. Well, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm winded because it's hot or out of shape. I don't really know, but it's like 90 something and humid as heck in North Carolina. So I hope you enjoyed the whatever I just did, because I can't remember. I'm kind of thirsty. Stay tuned for other videos with stuff in them.